Astro and Remy, Andy, how are you? Australian fish. What's going on today? Good morning, everyone. Frosty morning. It's I don't even know what the temperature is here. I think it's about 70 degrees here in South Florida. 77 degrees here in South Florida. I'm getting a little glare from that window over there. Darn it. Trying to get the best picture here I can of both tanks. There we go. I think that's a little better. I'm gonna have to put a black background on this tank right here because of the glare on the wall right there. Peter, good morning. Happy New Year. It's not quite the new year yet, but fog and 25 degrees is not fun. Oh, where'd everybody go? Oh yeah, it makes the trees look beautiful. I love to see ice on the trees, frost on the trees, but ice makes it very dangerous. Wifey poo. Fish fam.
You should switch to micro contacts because it's super easy.
Galactic Stellar. The fish are doing great. How are you today? The fish are doing great. The corals are doing great. In fact, I gotta put some stuff in the tanks right now. So I'm putting in something called. The light is not going to be very good showing this. Let me turn on the light. Maybe that'll help. Let's see. Does it show it now? Microbacter. It helps the good bacteria in the tank Just a cap full. Slide here for a second. Put it there in the blower motor, so spread out all over the place. It's the slide adjusted. There we go. Then in the coral tank, I'm putting something called Acro Power. It's just another, it's amino acids for the corals. Just another cap full is all I put in. I've already fed the fish in the 20-gallon this morning. They were all happy. I've seen the Royal Grandma come out a couple times. The shrimp, he stays out. Nona, how are you? Happy New Year. So what's everybody doing for New Year's? Are you guys, anybody with any plans? I'll probably ask this several times during the live because new people will pop in and out. No plans here. Just hanging out, probably go to bed, and I know we'll probably be woke up by fireworks, gunshots. Yes, we hear gunshots around here in South Florida. People just randomly shoot their guns. That's real fun. We just hope they're far enough away that bullets don't land or hit our house that we live in. Oh, brunch sounds good. I know it's afternoon for Peter. A bunch of us are still in the morning right now. Andy, if you want to come on live with the dogs, I don't mind. I could always use someone else to help talk. This is the first time I've done StreamYard in so long. I don't remember what all I'm doing. No private chats. Oh, link. Let's see. I forgot I had to do that. There's the link. If you want to come on and talk with me with the dogs, be my guest. We'll make this a dog and fish show. No ponies here. Let's see here. Oh no, Peter. That sucks. It's what? Just after 4:30 in the afternoon over there where you're at, Peter. No, I think we're on the same time zone. Galactic Stellar, if you're still in there, I'm not sure where you're from. It says there's 8 of us now in here. Hey, Ian, just woke up. Nice. How does that feel? Sleeping nights and up during the day. You want to jump on live with me? I know, just waking up, maybe not. 2023 couldn't be any worse than 2022 was. Well, it could, I guess. I hope it's not. And get your caffeine then. There's Astro and Remy. Good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yep, we sure can.
Awesome. I've never used this StreamYard before, so
Hey,
pretty simple.
Yep, it is. It really is.
Can you see all the frost on the trees?
I sure can. It's beautiful. It's just too cold for me.
Yes, it's cold.
Where the doggos at? Oh, there they are. It's yeah, like Dimple said, my wife Gina, like she said, it's pretty, but it's too cold for me. Oh.
I lost my connection there for a second.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'm back.
It's all right. Yeah, you are. Tell me again where you're at. You're in, is it Minnesota or Ohio or?
Minnesota, yeah.
Minnesota. That's what I thought.
The other thing is I can't really see the chat. I guess I'm looking at it on
Yeah.
my phone, so
No, it's all right.
I guess I can't do 3 things at one time.
I have a hard time looking at chat when I'm using my phone and I'm outside with the dogs. Looking at chat, looking at the dogs, trying to make sure your video is on them. It's difficult doing all
Yeah,
those things at
it
once.
doesn't work very well.
You look down at your phone to try and look at the chat, and the dogs are gone out of the video. And you're
Yeah.
I'll tell you if anybody says anything.
Okay. I'm just adding some variety to the fish show, I guess, with some puppy
Hey.
craziness going on.
I'm all good with it. Gives me something else to talk about.
Yep.
I love that they're playing out there in the snow.
Yeah, they definitely have their unique personalities.
Do what?
They have unique personalities.
Oh yeah.
Their play is different, and
Yeah.
sometimes they can
Sylvia
get a little carried
and
away.
Rocky have crazy personalities.
Yeah.
Rocky is so little, and he always tries to bully Sylvie, and Sylvie just puts him in his place.
Yeah, Remy likes to play rough, and Astro, doesn't realize that's play sometimes, and he
Yeah,
tries to fight back, and
that's Sylvie. She tries to fight back sometimes, and
yeah,
puts Rocky on the ground and makes him yelp. And then my wife just said that your dogs look like they love the snow and playing in the and she said ours love playing in the yard.
oh yeah. So what happens if I rotate my camera? Does it mess things
I don't
up?
know. Try it.
See what happens.
There you go.
Ooh, is that better?
It worked.
Hey, not like
Yes.
I guess, where you have to stop and everything, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that was pretty cool.
It's awesome. Don't eat the yellow snow, doggies.
Yeah, they prefer the fresh stuff.
Yeah, I always did. I prefer fresh snow. Oh, dogs must be outside. I heard Sylvie barking. Somebody was probably walking past the house or something.
Oh yeah. Pretty much whichever piece of snow one has, the other wants too. So
The other one wants it too. Exactly. That's how Sylvie and Rocky are. If one of them has something, the other one wants it.
oh yeah.
Sylvie usually wins though because she's bigger.
Yeah, it's kind of like Remy. He's the more, stronger of the two, I guess. But Astro will certainly put up a strong fight to get it back, and Remy will eventually give it up. But then he'll go grab something different, and then Astro will want whatever Remy has.
Yeah, Peter said he'd play with the dogs too.
Oh yeah.
Little puppy love going on there.
Oh,
Look at those ears.
litter mates. They love and hate each other all at the same time.
Oh yeah, that's Sylvie and Rocky. They love and hate each other. Sylvie is protective of Rocky.
Yeah, that's
but then she just can't stand him sometimes.
sure. That's where Astro is like that too. Very protective of Remy. And when my daughter's dog Wolfie comes over and they start to play, and if it doesn't take much for him to think that Remy's losing, and he will want to definitely jump in and
help.
sure, that's what they call it.
So I didn't realize Wolfie was actually your daughter's dog until
Yeah.
you just said it.
Yeah,
I'd seen the videos of Wolfie, but
He- us for a couple of years. She was in school.
yeah,
Kind of got a chance to grow up with him at our house. Spent some
that's cool.
now that there's the home anymore and on her own, he has Wolfie with him, so we only get to see him every once in a while. Maybe
That's cool.
once or twice a month.
That's cool.
Kind of typical of craziness going on around here. Well, I think I'm gonna stop and go back inside and get warm.
Yeah, go back and get warm, and don't want you to freeze.
Thanks for join your stream here. And show the puppies. I'll have to watch it later.
At least the doggies are having fun in the cold weather.
Well, doesn't faze them. They love it.
Yeah.
Here and 10 below and just wondering why, I want to go inside so quick.
Vanessa just popped in and said hi,
Oh.
Andy.
Thanks for stopping by, Vanessa. I was just giving Steve some airtime here with the puppies and waiting for the show to get going here. So.
Hey, the puppy time is fun even with the fish.
Yep. These are Australian fish that don't like the water.
Yep.
They play on top of the snow.
It's kind of like a mud skipper, They spend 90% of the time out of the water.
All right. Well, I'm going to disconnect and I'm going to lose your connection and I'll have to go back inside and reconnect. So good to talk with you.
Okay. And if anybody wants to pop on, there's the link. Vanessa, if you want to pop on with the doggies. Sylvie just popped in here. Hi, Sylvie. Hi, girl. Were you outside? Yeah, I'd love to see the wiggle butts, Vanessa, if you want to pop in. If not, that's all right. I understand. It's morning. Got to wake up. Get the coffee going. I just love this coral right here. When it pops up, it gets full in the mornings during the day. It's just beautiful. I moved this one. I had him down in the sand, and I moved him up there, and he seems to like it better. Comes out full. No worries, Vanessa. Waking up and get that caffeine going. So my Duncans, one reason I had to move them out of that tank over there because one of the anemones decided to travel and stung him. But he's coming out this morning pretty full for the first time in a few days since he got stung. So I'm happy he looks to be okay. The leathers look good. The one in the middle back, it's hard to see. There's one right there. He looks good. There's one right here. He looks like a grass, kind of. He looks good. Joe Coffee, how are you? Welcome. Hey, Rob, DeFreeze Aquariums. Anybody want to jump in? I'm taking guests if you'd like. Pop in. Put your fish in there. Yourself, your dogs, your cats, whatever you want. My watch hours didn't change from yesterday. We're still at 35:54. YouTube didn't catch up or something. But I had a few days last week. I guess it was the last weekend where I didn't stream because of Christmas and So I don't think it'd be that from that, but maybe they just haven't updated today. I'm sure it'll get there. If I can get all the fish fan people in here chatting and popping into the live. I like to see those lives where a lot of people in the fish fan get 50, 60 people in them in their lives. Woohoo. My life popped up on the Fish Fam site. I didn't even have to email about it. I love it. Thank you so much, Vanessa. Rob, if you want to jump in here and show your aquariums, I wouldn't mind. If not, it's okay. Shane is starting it. Okay. Oh yeah, Saturday morning cartoons. I forgot about that for a minute, so I'm gonna have to multitask and sit on that channel while I do my live. I do that a lot. I'm usually watching 2-3 lives at the same time as I'm doing my own live. You're not allowed to sleep in, Vanessa. Sounds good, Ian. Oh, look, you can see Manny the Mandarin, Dragonite Mandarin right there. I think Manny is actually a female, though, because she doesn't have the spike fin that comes up. And then that is what did we name that fish? I don't remember what we named that clown at the moment. Molly, I think. We named that one Molly. And the other one is Marlin. Oh, the Freeze Aquariums. Hey, welcome, Rob. Thank you.
Hey. Happy New Year's Eve to everybody.
Happy New Year's Eve.
First time I've been up on a live in quite some time.
Yeah. I haven't been talking on my lives for a while. My wife works at home, so I can't talk because she has patients that she sees virtually, and it would be a little bit of an issue probably. So all I do, I have to play my music and can't turn that up too loud either.
Yeah, feast or famine.
Yeah. So there's only a few days of the week, and weekends are one of them that I can actually talk on my lives.
Unfortunately, it's only 10 o'clock here, so my tank lights aren't on.
Oh yeah. Where are you at?
Up in New York.
Oh, okay. I'm just down in Florida. My tank lights come on about 7 o'clock in the morning, and they're off early in the day.
Yeah. I don't turn mine on. The timers are set because I mean I've been out of work since the end of September with my shoulder, but I don't get home until 5. I don't want to blast, my plants with light, for 8.5,
Oh, yeah.
9 hours, and then have
No.
to turn them off when I get home. So usually mine go on about 3:30ish or so, and then they go off at like quarter to 11 o'clock, and that seems to keep the algae at bay.
That's good. I had a little algae problem with my 20-gallon tank, and it's clearing up. Now my biggest problem is in the mornings it's clear, but my Royal Grandma fish digs and causes it to get cloudy. I realized that yesterday that's what the issue was, why I keep getting cloudy during the day, and in the mornings it's nice and shiny. I gotta tell her
love
to
it.
stop digging.
My bristle noses love to put new plants in, and they just bulldoze them right out. I come home, they're floating around the tank.
Yeah. I haven't had a freshwater tank in probably 20 years or so.
When I saw like the one on the right side, I thought it was freshwater when I was talking with you yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, left is a giveaway, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just one of those, like, I thought about it, and from a lot of people that I know that have them are like, oh, they're easier than freshwater, but my tanks have been up so long that they're almost like self-sustaining, so I really don't have to do a lot, except, and I use the analogy because a lot of people don't realize, you don't have to change water or anything like that, which you do the Wallstead method, yeah, you may not have to, but this is a toilet bowl. Fish do their business in there.
Yep, exactly.
Now in your house, you don't flush your toilet. I'm pretty sure your family is not going to be too happy.
I must be loud. My wife just came and closed my office door.
Oh boy.
It's all right.
Little subtle hint.
Yeah. She smiles at me as she takes the door and closes it. She's in here too. That's the Dimples RD. That's my wife.
And my StreamYard, because I'm running off my phone, I can't see the
I
chat.
can't see who the chat is. Okay.
And my other phone died last night while I was doing a video for Night Crew. I would have pulled it up on there.
One of my little issues or problems is there's another Scuba Steve, and every time I go into other people's chats, they think I'm the other Scuba Steve. So a bunch of the fish fans haven't subscribed to me because they think I'm the other Scuba Steve. So I keep, when somebody says, they'll put a K, Scuba Steve with a K, and I'm like, I'm not Scuba Steve O, I'm Scuba Steve Vlog. And I'll pick up a subscriber here and there.
Yeah, I know the other Scuba, and it caught me off guard when I first saw you. And I was like, wait a minute, this isn't Steve-O, this is somebody different. So I started, when I subscribed to your channel, I changed the notification so that you popped up, because YouTube has been doing crazy stuff with me, where like Adelaide collaboration of Curiosity, I've known for years. And then all of a sudden, out of sight, out of mind. And I don't know, one of the Fish Fam lives, I see her pop up. She shared my channel link, and I was like, went to her channel. I'm like, I was subscribed to her. What happened? And I probably get 3 or 4 a week that YouTube just pulled me off of.
Yeah, I got the same problem. I don't know what the heck is going on with it.
Ridiculous. And I'm closer to 1,000 now. I really should have been well over that as long as I've been on YouTube. But, that whole regimen of I've got to upload this or I've got to do that, it got old too fast. So I kind of stepped back, had a lot of issues going on, the last few years with cancer and everything else. So I kind of stepped back to take care of my priorities.
You got to take care of your health.
So now I figured I'd come back, and when you were saying coming up, I was actually going to go up on Adelaide's stream, and I was like, So I figured new year, I might as well get back into it and, start showing up a little bit more.
QC Aquaholic, not alcoholic. Well, that's bad. Aquaholic. You know where my mind is at.
I got 2 jugs of apple pie moonshine in the refrigerator.
I've got some apple pie moonshine that's been sitting in my refrigerator for probably 4 years now.
Wow.
I'm sure that stuff is pretty strong by now.
Yeah. It mellows out through time, but yeah.
Yeah. I used to be a beekeeper many, many years ago. And I took some bees out of a house for this guy that made his own homemade moonshine. And he made some apple pie moonshine and gave me some. So it was 503 Aquatics is starting.
She just started. I just saw it
Yeah.
pop up.
Yeah, it just hit my watch. My dive. I've got a dive watch, and I set it to notifications, and I get every notification there is under the sun right now. So I need to change a few of them so I don't get quite so many. I get them on my computer at the same time, so I don't need both.
I was trying to use my laptop yesterday. It's older than dirt, but it would pop up. I would start doing whatever it was I was doing for this night crew light. And all of a sudden my keyboard would lock up. I couldn't do anything, so I just gave up. But occasionally, whether it's Higer or Night Crew, they'll reach out to me to do an unboxing. Here, Night Crew sent me their new Classic LED Plus, which ironically I bought the original in 2020. They wanted me to do a programming video because people were having such issues trying to program it. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it. So they sent me one, but it's too small for any of my tanks. So I reached out and I'm like, is it, I said, the model numbers match, but this one is 22.5. The one I have is 28.5. Well, we'll send you the 28.5. So I think once I reach my 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a giveaway. I have a Higer choice of heaters that they came out with that they'll ship to the winner. And I think I'm going to take the classic light that they sent me here to do the program video. I think I'll do a giveaway on that because I've got all kinds of stuff around here. I've got a Higer gravel vac systems, a couple different lights that they sent, a like all-in-one like the Fluval gravel vac and stuff. I don't need all of that stuff. I don't use that.
Yeah, I've got to get a new light for this 20-gallon. You can see how dim it is versus what I have on this. I switched the lights because the coral are in this tank, but I'd like to have that one a little brighter than it is too. So
that light you have on that tank is just white and blues, right?
Yeah. They're not the best lights. So it's what I got with the lights. So I actually have 2 lights on that small 20-gallon. One of them is the light that came with the 36-gallon, and one is the light that came with the 20-gallon. And they still don't match up to the one I've got on the 36-gallon now.
Yeah, that one on the 36 is nice and crisp.
It's a G5 Aquastar. And I had it on the 20-gallon at first, like I said, and changed it to the 36-gallon because of the coral. But I'm just going to have to get something new for that 20-gallon.
All right, now I can see chat.
Hey, Calvin, Jeff, how are you?
All right, so I can see it. Hello, Atkins. Ian. Hello, Wigglebutts.
Here's the link if anybody else wants to join in, chat with us.
All right, so now we're cooking with gas.
Yeah, nice. a lot of my friends are dog people because I have a dog channel also. And a lot of them crossed over to this channel when I started it.
I
So-
subbed to your other channel.
Oh yeah, the two Florida dogs.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
And
Yeah,
who
that's-
was it yesterday with the drone video? That was awesome.
That was Andy. He is. He was actually live with me first. Astro and Remy.
Astro and Remy, right?
Astro and Remy. So yeah, he's the one doing the drone videos. I love that. I'd love to get out on my boat and be able to have a drone shot on my boat.
I just had a company send me one to test out, but I honestly never took it out of the box. It's like a kid's one. Some of the reviews that I researched and saw were like, yeah, it works great indoors, but if you get any sort of breeze outdoors, it sends it off course. And then all of a sudden the company started emailing me nonstop. Did you do your review yet? Did you do your review? Let us know. So, I kind of did, a half-hearted review because I had a feeling what the company was about. So I did, a review based on footage that I've seen. And then all of a sudden they're like, well, can you give it 5 stars? My manager okayed to send you $20 if you do it. I'm like, obviously you don't watch my channel.
Yeah.
My disclaimer right away is if it's crap, I'm going to tell you so. If
Yeah.
it's good, I'll tell you so.
Yeah.
My reviews can and will not ever be bought. Haven't
No.
heard from them since.
Good.
So I'm actually going to return it, get my money.
Good. Harry, the 300-gallon wouldn't fit in this house. I saw a 160-gallon and really
Mhm.
wanted it, but I didn't have any place to put it.
This is a different something else.
That's the Wiggle Butts.
Powered by StreamYard.
Mm-hmm. I can't hear them though.
We can hear you.
Yeah.
We can hear you, Vanessa.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Hold on, Harry's gonna get my headset so I can hear you guys.
Okay.
That's what sucks about my phone because my port
It's by the bed.
doubles as a charger
charging.
and headphones.
So the Wiggle Butts are 4 Australian Shepherds, and then for Christmas they got a Burmese mountain puppy, and that's the little guy. Her name is Jupiter.
Yeah, she just did a premiere video on Jupiter, didn't she?
Yes.
Yesterday.
Yeah. There's Jupiter. Hi, baby girl. She's gonna be a big girl.
Oh yeah.
All right, hold on a second, you guys.
Yeah.
So, trying to figure out how to flip this thing. Flip the camera.
Sometimes you can just swipe the screen, or there'll be arrows,
You guys
circle.
just keep on talking. I can't hear anything.
I love technology.
Yeah. My StreamYard is a little slow this morning though for some odd reason. Twisted Koi is doing a giveaway drawing right now. You know Twisted Koi, don't you?
I've seen him, but I have never really spoke to him.
Okay.
To him, her.
All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and leave. I can't figure this out on the StreamYard.
Okay.
But here's the puppies really fast.
Jupiter. And there's Cosmo and Luna and all of a sudden there's Ava.
Ava. Orion,
Orion.
Luna, Jupiter, Cosmo, and Cosmo.
House full of dogs. Yeah. So Harry is Vanessa's wife, or Vanessa's husband. Sorry, Harry. And he used to have a 300-gallon tank there, the Wiggle Butts. And so I've been trying to talk him into getting a tank again. And he's telling me now to get a 400-gallon tank. No worries, Vanessa. We can hear you. But yeah, a 400-gallon tank would be very nice. I just don't have any place to put it.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can find a place for a large tank when we get in our new house. We're building a new house. So hoping it'll be done by July, August timeframe. So then I get to get my big tank.
That's what's keeping me at base, setting up or doing anything. Is we were contemplating moving to Tennessee, and we were kind of hoping we've been down there already, but trying to find, because of the way the mortgages and stuff go, I'd have to be down and we'd have to be working for at least a month before we could start looking. So rentals come up on the market and they're gone within hours. So
oh yeah,
it's frustrating.
Yeah.
And she's got family here. She's from Mass, so it only takes us maybe 40 minutes from our house to get to her parents' house, to her daughter's house. And then it's 3 hours north to go visit her son, which is where we spent Christmas during the great blizzard up there. And her other son's in Maine. Yeah. So we're kind of like, do we really want to move down south? Because now you don't have the ability to travel, a half a day to go see anybody. And my son and my daughter-in-law and my new granddaughter and everything, they're only 30 minutes away. And my parents are 3 hours away. So we're kind of centralized around.
Yeah.
So now we're dealing with that. Do we want to stay in New York and keep getting screwed by New York? Or do we want to just suck it up, go to Tennessee, and then tag team drive to go visit family? So
what part of Tennessee were you thinking about?
I fell in love with Marysville.
Okay.
We stayed in Cookeville and went around, and of course I had to stop at all the Harley dealers and everything. So they were like, here's my realtor, here's this. And they were giving me more information than the realtor I was dealing with. So we went to Smoky Mountain Harley Davidson and went to the Shed, which is an outdoor bar restaurant that's next to or attached to the dealership. So I got talking to a bunch of people there, and where we were at the tail of the Dragon on the Tennessee side. And I was like, all I got to do is jump on a bike and head across, and I'm in North Carolina, which originally was where we wanted to go. But with the COVID and the masks and stuff, they just didn't bode well together. Yeah. So I like the Maryville because it's close to everything. It's a short drive to Knoxville, to doctors and whatnot, but it's off the grid where if I want to sit in the backyard, let the music crank, have a fire, it's perfect.
Yeah,
so,
I understand that. Yeah, I lived in Millington, just outside of Memphis, back when I was in the military. I was stationed there. So Tennessee's a nice place to live.
From what I've heard, Nashville and Memphis is really bad as far as crime and stuff.
It's got a lot worse since I was there.
And they were talking about my realtor who lives outside of Cooksville said that she used to go into Nashville to visit her doctors and stuff. She says it's gotten so bad that she doesn't even go. She found doctors in Knoxville. So I was like, no, it's anywhere and everywhere. It just depends on where you move.
Harry is really trying to push my wife to get a bigger tank. What he says, he speaks the truth.
They're having at Petco right now 50% off, and usually it only went up to 55 gallons. It's up to 75. So
Nice.
a 75 is $129. Now, granted, I got $1 per gallon, so it was only $75, which is my cichlid tank. But I have two 55s in my living room, and then I have a rack with a couple other sizes. And I want to get away from the 55 footprint. So I was like, well, I could actually take a 75, which I really want a 125, and combine the fish, or do away with 155, add more fish that I want to complete it, and do
Right.
that. So, but it's just one more thing I don't want to have to move when the time comes.
Right. Yeah. The biggest tank I had was a 125, and that was 15 years ago, and it was a saltwater tank, and it really was easy to take care of.
See, now if I find a place and I can, buy it, then I'll probably delve into saltwater.
Yeah.
Dimple said that her aunt and uncle are planning to move to Knoxville.
Yeah, that's my wife.
I like Knoxville. I mean, it kind of reminds me of where I'm here. I'm actually 20 minutes outside the capital of Albany for New York. And I have a decent, I live in a duplex, so I've got a backyard, kind of have it fenced off from the neighbor, but, and I'm kind of off the grid. I'm right next to the Erie Canal waterway, the locks
Right.
and everything. So it's not bad, but where I work, I'm just outside of Albany, and it's, Knoxville reminds me of the Albany or the Schenectady area, which is like once you're in town or in the city, it's, concrete jungle. I don't want that.
Yeah. Well, the house we're trying to get built right now is, we're in Homestead, Florida. And if you know, Homestead, Florida got wiped out back in '92 by Hurricane Andrew. But it's built back up. And the place we're looking at, we're going to get a half acre. It's going to be, it's a little subdivision of about 50 houses being built. But we've got one of the biggest lots out there at half an acre. Most of them are just shy of half an acre. But it's still a lot of farmland out in the area. And I like that. I grew up in Missouri on a farm. I miss that kind of stuff. I just don't miss the cold weather.
It's, once you're a country boy, I've flipped back and forth between both worlds, and I can do it, but I prefer that one step back where you can relax. Your blood pressure doesn't go through the roof. You're not dealing with idiots all day long.
Yeah.
Makes a difference.
Yeah. No, I agree. Just calms your nerves.
Unfortunately, the area that I live in here, I'm kind of off the grid in a community, and I'm only like 10 minutes away from all the stores. But that 10-minute difference is your neighbor here is like, hey, how's it going? I don't know who you are, but hey, good morning. 10 minutes in, I'm dealing with every Karen and Ken known to man.
Yeah, flipping you off and.
Oh my God, the road rage on the Northway and just idiot. Like I went to Walmart one day and I was backing into a spot. This guy comes around me, pulls behind me, parks his car as I'm backing up. And I'm still looking forward to make sure as I'm backing up, there's no cars coming. I tap his bumper.
Oh.
And all of a sudden, this little mealy guy jumps out of his car, starts running his mouth. And I looked at him, I'm like, you went around me and cut through the parking lot and parked behind me. Whose fault do you think that is?
Yeah.
When you hit my car, I said, you're lucky I didn't run over your car. I said, so,
Definitely.
I suggest you just go in the store and get whatever you want because I'm not somebody to play with. And he's like, oh, you're a big, bad, tough guy. So I was still standing by my truck and I had the door open and I reached in behind the seat. And, I got a nice size Be Cool stick and I'm like, you want to play? Let's play.
Yeah. You want to play? Well,
and I'm not.
I carry. So.
Well, aren't you going to apologize? He said, You were the asshole that cut around me,
Cut
driving
around.
through the parking spots, not even going around the parking lane. I'm not apologizing for anything. And with
Yeah.
that, you know, I went in the store, I grabbed a few things I need, I came out. He's looking around his car. I'm like, let me turn my truck around. I'll put the lights on it because I didn't hit your car bad enough to do any damage. And I
Yeah.
said, if you want, call a cop, but you're wearing on my last nerve and you won't like what's coming out the other side.
Yeah.
And with that, he said something and he tried to bow up. And at that point, I walked up towards him. And when I got probably within 5 feet, he jumped in his car and took off. I was like, you know, I'm an easygoing, laid back person. I'll give you the shirt off my back. I'll help you if you need anything. I mean,
but don't be a, you know.
don't push my buttons.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
from
me.
outside of New York City, so you know.
I've got PTSD, so
Oh boy.
so we've got a boat. Well, they were supposed to come last Friday, but it rained until about 10 o'clock in the morning, and then the sun shined, but they didn't show up. So they rescheduled for yesterday. The guy shows up finally. And within 2 hours, all of a sudden he left. And so I called the company and said, what's going on? Well, he had to go get supplies. He'll be back within an hour. And 3 hours later, he hadn't got back. And I called him and I said, this is unprofessionable. And you guys need to just give me a refund, full refund. Because this is just not right. And I had to fight with, well, I asked for a manager and I kept getting voicemails. So one guy then wanted, he was trying to reschedule me. I said, no, I'm not going to be rescheduled a third time because you guys can't do your job. How am I going to count on you? And then I ended up getting a hold of a different girl. And I said, you know, my blood pressure is going to go up if my PTSD goes up. This is unprofessional, uncalled for, and you know he left after no call, no show last week. He just left. I said, I really don't need that, and I said, so then she was like, well, don't yell, and I said, I'm not yelling, but because if I yell, you'll know it. And I said, I'm being calm right now. And I said, you're going to give me a full refund. And she goes, I'm going to expedite this for you because that just wasn't right. We've been having problems with some of our detailers. And luckily she was calm and didn't try and sell me on another appointment. But
Customer service since COVID has gone out the window.
yeah, it has. And she admitted that they work at home. So she couldn't just yell across the hallway to the manager to ask for help for me. Thanks, Harry.
I had it when we went up towards Fort Drum to visit my fiance's son at their new house because I was like, you're out of your mind. He transferred from Georgia up to Fort Drum in upstate New York, just outside of Syracuse. And we got there, we dropped our daughter off to stay at his house, and we were going 15 minutes away to a hotel, a Wyndham. And the blizzard was just coming in as we got there. And we got to the hotel Friday at just before 3 o'clock, checked in. And it wasn't what I expected. We were third floor facing into the blizzard, so it was blowing so hard that the cold air was coming through the heating unit, and we had to like turn the room into a sauna to maintain some sort of temperature. Had to keep the bathroom door shut because the ceiling vent was, you know, putting in cold air. I'm a type 2 diabetic. We stopped in the beginning of the drive up, grabbed something quick, nothing meal-wise. We get to the hotel, they've only got junk food in the vending machine. So I'm like, all right, we'll deal with it. In the morning, we figured we'd go down and we'd get the breakfast. I get up 6 o'clock. The door's not even open. There's no lights on. We go in. There's nothing in there but Frosted Flakes and Fruit Loops, a half a gallon of milk, 2 yogurts, and like the coffee machine we know is on, but the average person would have no idea. We're making our own coffee. We go back up to the room. I come down at 7 o'clock saying, okay, maybe because of the snow, they're slow. Nothing in there. Manager's like, well, how's it going? I'm like, it'd be better if we had real food. I haven't eaten anything since yesterday early afternoon. I'm a diabetic. I can't have this. He's like, well, there's cereal. I said, did I just not tell you I'm a diabetic? I can't eat this crap. Well, I'm so sorry. That's all we have. So then her son, who had a 4-wheel drive, because we had a Toyota Camry, he comes, which is supposed to be 15 minutes, takes him a half hour because of the storm, comes to the hotel, picks us up at 10:30, takes us back to his house. They've got a ham and egg quiche going, coffee. I'm in my glory. So we never went back to the hotel except on Monday to turn the key in and check out. I've sent 3 emails to Wyndham to complain about the lack, and they never plowed it. The parking lot, I had videos, pictures, cars stuck everywhere, cars stuck in the driveway to get in and out. And I still haven't heard from Wyndham at all.
Yeah.
I was like, I want my money back. I stayed there not even a full 24 hours. And you got a general manager that doesn't care. I had a woman in tears because we went out to the car and I had G2 Gatorades. And this woman, because we couldn't get in the front door, so we had to walk around in the storm facing it to come in a back door.
Jeez.
And this woman, she's like looking at me crying. She's like, we're trying to get out, but my daughter needs medication. She's on a feeding tube. She hasn't had anything to eat.
Oh, wow.
And she's like, I'd be willing to buy those off of you. And I didn't realize I had them like dangling out of my hand. Yeah. And I looked at her, I'm like, well, what are you referring to? She says, well, my daughters can have the sugar-free Gatorade. At least it would have something in her stomach. I'm like, here, take them. And I said, she says, are you sure you want money? I said, this is what I do. This is called paying it forward.
Oh, yeah.
She needs it more than I do.
Yeah.
And the general manager could have cared less.
Yeah.
Poor. Sad.
Yeah, the general manager should have done something for you. It's just people don't care anymore.
Nope. And you can't tell me they knew the storm was coming. And a continental breakfast is what? Some scrambled eggs, some waffles. Yeah. The refrigerator was across the hall in the door, so I know there was stuff in there. He just didn't feel like doing anything.
Yeah.
Half the time, he wasn't even at the front counter. Sad.
Yeah, sure is.
So we had Harry Bonia, and now we have Michael Bonia. Any relation here?
Yeah, they're brothers.
All right.
So Harry is Vanessa's husband. She's the Wigglebutts, and so the brother lives next door, and so that's what that is.
And when I see that name, all I can think of is nice hat, Harry.
Yeah, Harry had to go do some work, so he's not in.
How are you making a dip? Yeah, we're not going anywhere for New Year's Eve. We're going to stay home.
Yeah, we're staying here too. I'd like to go play poker, but there's no good poker tournaments going on. That's my other little vice is that I like to play poker.
Yeah, I sit around and play Call of Duty.
I haven't played Call of Duty in forever. Literally, it seems like forever. When it first came out, that's when I used to play it. That's how long ago it's been since I played it. So
it's come a long way.
I'm sure it has.
But the cheating is bad. There's hackers now that you can play cross-platform. So I can play with people that are on Xbox or a PC. PCs can put in codes and cheat. They can see you through the walls and stuff. So it gets frustrating. I haven't bought the new one. I'm kind of getting tired of it. But it's good therapy when I can't go outside and do anything. So I just sit around and pick people off with a sniper rifle.
And Jeff said it, or Calvin Calvin is the dog, and so Jeff likes blackjack.
Yep.
I used to be a blackjack dealer many years ago. I used to be a table game dealer, actually. So
Now that sounds good, buffalo chicken dip.
I'm not a buffalo person.
What?
Yeah, I. It's not that I wouldn't like it. I love the smell of it. It's something about the taste of it. So I have this weird palate. It sucks. I love the smell of a lot of things, but I can't do the taste of a lot of things. You know, like I said, I grew up on a farm eating fresh vegetables straight from the garden, and I can't eat them now unless they're fresh and or cooked a certain way. They can't be canned, can't be frozen. They've got to be fresh vegetables. It's about the only way I'll touch anything. I love the smell of a lot of things. I love the smell of my wife's coffee. I make her coffee for her. I can't drink it. I can't drink coffee.
That's funny.
My wife is a dietitian, so she calls me the dietitian's worst nightmare.
Yeah, I'm kind of bad. I mean, my doctor said, because I had switched doctors, because my other doctor, when I was going in for my shoulder surgery, wouldn't sign off on anything because it was workers' comp. I was like, all right, see ya. But my other doctor's like, you're taking too many meds. You need to step it down. Your numbers are good, blah, blah, blah. And he says, you're in good control. And I'm thinking, really?
Yeah, exactly. That's me. I have a sweet tooth. My wife knows it too. She knew that. She knows I got a sweet tooth, and I call my wife is plant-based, so she used to eat a lot of meat and stuff when we first got together, but then she went plant-based, so she only eats meat once in a while.
Which is good.
I call myself a meatitarian. So, again,
Call me a caveman.
Yeah, I'm just about.
I need my meat.
Yep.
But it was funny. I went to Burger King one day just because I was in the mood for junk. And I said I wanted a number, whatever it was, not even paying attention. I was either at an appointment or something. I wasn't paying attention. And I got their Impossible Burger.
Oh, no.
So I bit into it, and I was kind of like, wait a minute. What is this? And I looked at the label, the wrapper, Impossible Burger. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't bad. But when your mind is set on a certain taste and you get something else.
Expecting one thing by the. Oh, yeah, I do make a mean pizza. I make my own dough and sauce and make my own homemade mozzarella cheese.
Now you're talking.
I can't make my own pepperoni or sausage, but I make a vegan pizza for my wife and then a meat pizza for myself. We've got a Uni pizza oven. It's outside. Gets up to over 900 degrees, so the pizza cooks in about a minute. And if you don't watch it, you burn it.
You've got charcoal.
You've only got just about every 15 seconds. You got to turn that thing, and if you don't, it's going to be toast, burnt toast.
She says a small amount of pepperoni.
Yeah, she likes a small amount of pepperoni.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
I don't mind pepperoni, but I find myself now, because usually once a week we'll order pizza because neither one of us feel like cooking. I prefer sausage on mine.
We put Italian sausage on ours.
There you go. I've been making my own Sicilian style pizza lately.
Yeah, Jeff makes his own pizza. I've seen those.
Now you're making me hungry.
Yeah, I'm about the same way.
I had a frozen breakfast sandwich from Aldi's just now.
I haven't eaten breakfast yet. 10:30.
That's good. I took my meds, so I'm good for a
Yeah.
while.
I haven't taken my meds yet. In fact, I'm being bad. Luckily, my morning meds won't matter if I take them a little later in the day. Well, my blood pressure medicine, but I'm all right at the moment.
Because you're chilled looking at those tanks.
Yes, they are relaxing.
And the missus is still an Italian girl at heart.
Yes, she is.
Ciao, Belladonna.
Yes, she is an Italian girl at heart.
Where my grandmother was from Sicily, but unfortunately she lived in an orphanage. And at 13, she left, went through Europe. This was all while Auschwitz and everything was in full production, if you want to call it that. Traveled through Europe, came in through Ellis Island on the boat. So we have no way of finding out because they didn't keep records back then.
Right, records of.
If we actually have family somewhere in Florence or Sicily. So I was like, that sucks. Of course, she passed away many years ago, type 1 diabetic. And, I know like these Ancestry 23s and stuff. If they tell me anything, I know it's a crop because there's no way to trace it.
Yeah. Yeah, my wife's from Chicago.
Chicago deep dish.
I make thin crust pizzas, but I like a good deep dish pizza.
I had to be in the mood for that though.
I've got a cast iron skillet, and I tried it once in the uni, and I burnt it. So I gotta my cast iron skillet needs to be hot already. So if it'll burn the pizza on top before the dough gets done if your skillet's not already hot. So still working on that, trying to figure that out.
I love my cast iron pan.
Oh yeah, I've got 2 cast iron skillets right now, and I've got the uni, and somewhere I've got one of the flat irons.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey Jeff, if you want to bring Calvin on, you can. Or Ian, if you're still in here, if you want to come in, you can. I'm sure Rob wouldn't mind if someone else came in and talked as well.
Oh, I can even step down. Doesn't matter to me.
No, please. I'm glad you're here.
That's what I want, is another smoker.
Oh yeah, we smoke our turkey. And
I used to deep fry them at the firehouse.
yeah, the smoked turkey. I can't go to one in the oven. Back to cooking one in the oven. It's not the same.
We used to do a Thanksgiving Eve at one of our mutual aid fire departments. So we would have a lot of the guys were hunters. So we would do 3 different, a plain deep fried turkey, an Italian style, and a Cajun style deep fry, which the one guy almost set the outside of the firehouse on fire. Then we get venison. We'd have venison sauerbraten, venison stews, chopped meat, anything you can do with venison they would make. We had one guy who would bring in, bear meat, and I was like, I ain't touching that.
I haven't done bear meat. I grew up deer hunting, so I'm out. I don't have any deer meat right now, so I'm sad because I make a mean deer chili.
Oh yeah, and I love venison chili. It took me. I loved having it, but a friend of mine I worked with, he gave me a cut, and it was like the shoulder, because whoever butchered it didn't know what they were doing, because you could see the bandsaw through the joint, and the meat kind of smelled funny. And I was cooking it up, and I was like, this just doesn't smell right. So I cooked it up, sliced it up, gave some to my boys. I had some. We took one bite, and I'm like, "Don't eat that. Put it down."
Hey,
Gave a
Jeff.
piece to my dog. My
Hey,
dog
can you
turned
guys
his
hear
nose
me?
up. Yep, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Perfect. How you guys doing?
All right.
Good, and you?
So
Good. Not
We're
too
just
bad.
chatting about anything.
Is there a way to flip the camera around so I can get it on Cal, or do I just have to turn the?
You should be able to. I don't know how you. What kind of phone you have?
I'm just on an iPhone right now.
now I was kind of trying to look at the settings
Swipe.
myself.
There's a little cam button at the bottom. I don't know if that will do anything. I'll try. Let me see.
That turns the camera off and on.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
Should be a. I don't
But
have an
there should
iPhone.
be a
so-
rotation.
Yeah, I'm trying to. What?
Oops, lost him.
I'm still here. You can mirror the cam. Oh yeah, if you go into your settings,
Settings.
or where it says more on the bottom, you click on more,
Oh,
click on settings, click on camera, scroll down, and there's a drop down box. It'll say camera 2 space 1 front, camera 2 face back, camera 20 face back, and select which one will flip your camera around.
Did you hear that,
So,
Jeff?
can you repeat that? I ended up getting knocked out. I hit a button and it took
Yep.
me out of the stream. What did you say?
You see on the bottom where it says more with the 3 dots?
Yes.
Click on that.
Okay.
It says comment setting and cancel. Click on settings.
All right.
Pulls up camera and audio. Click on camera. Now,
Yep.
depending, mine's horizontal, but if you scroll down, there's a drop down box under camera.
I got
And
it.
will say back. So see which one works for you. I don't know what mirroring a camera does, but see
Yeah,
which
you-
one works. There you go.
There you go.
There you are.
Now, it sucks that we couldn't figure that out when Remy and Astro were on.
Yeah,
Oh, now she sees it. Settings, camera, back camera.
yeah.
Now she needs to come back on.
So this is Calvin. He's a Boston Terrier, 3 years old.
Wow, he's beautiful.
He's adorable. Hey, Calvin. Just
Calvin's like,
chewing away.
don't bother me. I'm teasing.
Working on his rope toy over here.
Yeah, just chewing away.
It's a plastic rope toy. He breaks like pieces of it off. I always find them on the floor. I have to like toss them.
What I found good when I had my dog was the Nutribone. It's made with rice, so if they swallow it, it's no big deal.
Yeah. I stay away from rawhide. I don't get anything that has rawhide in it at all. It's awful
Yeah.
for digestion.
Morning,
Not
Mama.
Mama and Anka, good morning.
So the only way you can see the chat is if I'm on like some other device, right? You can't see. the
Yep.
chat. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you can click on more and see comments, but then you can't see the screen anymore.
I see.
So that's that area where we were just on.
Yeah.
If you click,
That's all right. I mean, I'd rather see the chat. I'd rather see the screen, but
It's all right. Rob just accidentally knocked himself out.
that's what I did. I think the last time too.
Yeah. Hey, Calvin. Hear that little tongue sticking out.
Always.
That little tongue, just so cute.
Hi, Cal. New Year's Eve.
Happy New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Gene asked where that yummy dip was at.
Oh, let me show. It's in the refrigerator. I'll heat it up like right before the party, but I prepped it now because I didn't want to do it last minute. But give me a second. Turn on the light.
Nice big pan of it.
What's that?
Nice big pan of it. Or
So that's what it looks like.
lost you, Rob.
yeah, I was going in to tell them how to get to the chat, and I realized I dumped myself out.
So Gina, that's what the dip looks like. It's not baked yet. I just prepped it, so I'll put it in the oven right before the party because it's obviously much better warm than cold.
What time I got to be there?
Yeah. What time is the
Fuck.
party?
6. It's at my parents' house. My parents host it's just a very informal gathering, basically an excuse to get together and eat and drink and
We'll be
bullshit
there.
and
Not
stuff like that.
necessarily in that order.
Pretty much. Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. There's a lot of food though. Like we're Portuguese, so like, everything revolves around like food and Portuguese culture. But
Nothing wrong with that.
yeah, but we mix up. Like, I mean, like, we'll have a few Portuguese dishes there, but, I'm actually, believe it or not, I got to go later and pick up some Chinese food. I got a couple of trays of, I got basically like some chicken fried rice and like some orange chicken, and then they call them like sticky wings. They're like they're Chinese style wings, but they're so good. And then, people will bring a bunch of stuff. My parents get stuff. There's probably a good like 20 to 30 people that go. There's way more food than we need, but
That's a family gathering. That's my family Christmas. You wouldn't believe how many people go. Sometimes 40, 50 or more. It shows up in this one little house and so much food.
yeah. Yeah, that's what's all. I mean, that's good. It's always nice to see, particularly after the COVID years. It kind of means more. I feel like when you can get together. You kind of take it for granted before, but now I don't think you necessarily do. Hey, Cal, you're being loud.
I want to play.
Yep.
But yeah, in order to see the chat, just hit the little chat button on the bottom of your screen.
Yeah.
And then it'll pull up chat and comments. Just touch on comments and you can scroll through and see what everybody says. And when you're done, just hit the X and it brings you back to the main screen.
I see.
That's a lot easier way to do it. And it doesn't turn off your camera, so.
Oh, nice.
Be right back.
Go, want a treat?
Oh boy, yeah. He was.
Did he hear me?
So I did a live yesterday with him. Yesterday morning.
Yeah.
I saw it, and literally, it's like he knows when the camera's on and I'm talking.
It's time for him. Yeah.
Yeah, he literally goes right to that spot in the kitchen and will stare at the treat bowl, and I'm like, honestly, and of course, I cave in just about every time.
Yeah.
Calvin, you're feisty this morning. It's actually fairly warm up here, Steve, for our time of year. It's
Yeah.
I think almost 50. It's going to be like 55,
50?
maybe.
Wow, that's nice. We're pushing 80 right now, I think. This morning.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, I was in your live last night. So was Gina.
Oh, cool. Calvin, stop biting my hand.
Say, stop putting your hand in my mouth.
Yeah. True. You're being a ham. Like ham?
Ham?
Yeah.
Ham? Ham? Really? I want ham?
Calvin, where's your ball? Calvin, where's your ball? Go get your ball. Go get the ball. Go get the ball. Where's your ball?
No.
So I heard you talk a little bit about the house that you're building, Steve.
Yeah.
It'll be ready in July.
We have no real clue. We hope so, but so they cleared the land. So I'm hoping that means they're going to start doing work.
Yeah.
Hey, Nova.
Is it in Homestead still, or?
Yes. It's on the outskirts of Homestead, out in the farmland.
Cool.
Little farther south than where we're at right now. We're not really exactly in Homestead. Our address is Homestead, but we're in a little community called Naranja, which is just north of Homestead.
That's cool.
The Bucks need to win to make the playoffs. Yes, they do.
They're playing. Are they playing today or tomorrow?
I don't know. Yeah, we're going to be almost in Florida City, which is the south side of Homestead.
Okay. I mean, I obviously know Homestead south of Miami. Isn't that like pretty much like one of the last towns before you hit the Keys?
Yeah. It's Florida City, and then you hit the bridge, and you're heading over the bridge to get into Key Largo.
Nice. I've never been to the Florida Keys before. As many times as I've been to Florida, I've just never made it.
Yeah, we're about 30 minutes from Key Largo, North Key Largo.
Cool. Have you ever? I'm assuming you've been to Key West then a million times.
Yeah, Gene and I went to Key West once. I've been there one other time, long time ago.
Yeah, spectacle.
Yeah, it's. We plan on going again. Panthers and the Bucks tomorrow.
Is that right?
Really, Calvin?
He's probably like, "Why are you talking to other people and not paying attention to me?"
Yeah. If you come down, bring Calvin, and we'll all go out on the boat down in Key Largo.
That'd be cool.
Hey, Andy, thanks for sticking around. Have a great brunch with your family.
Bye, Andy. Hey. Calvin, where's your toy? Ready? Go get it. Where's your toy? No? You'd rather bite me instead? Okay.
He's like, you go fetch.
Yeah. So, Rob, I heard you say you're from the Albany area?
Yeah, just outside.
Okay. I live in Rhode Island, so probably like 3 hours from you.
Mm-hmm. I'm originally from downstate.
Okay.
Just out. If there's no traffic, I can make it to New York City in a half hour.
Yep.
But women, every time I found a new woman, it was further and further north. Yeah, we used to go up to Rhode Island. We used to, with our fire department, we would go out of Rhode Island on the Gale Francis and go cod fishing.
Oh, cool.
That was a yearly thing for us. But I also do security at the Harley Rendezvous, so we get people from Rhode Island. I have a lot of friends up in Mass, New Hampshire, and all that. They all come down in June to Mariahville for, it might as well be almost a week-long biker party.
Yeah.
Private property, so they pretty much can, within reasons, do whatever they want.
Nice. Yeah, I've lived here all my life. I live basically 5 minutes outside of Providence, and most people know Newport. I'm probably about 35 minutes from Newport.
I've been to Providence, or at least through Providence, traveling.
Yeah.
Some friends that I up there.
Yeah, so Providence is obviously like any city. It's got its issues, and it's got some okay areas. Really good restaurants though in Providence. Like we have a really good food scene here. I feel like, it's not New York City, but we're lucky. We have Johnson and Wales University, which is a huge, they're known for their culinary arts program. So we get a lot of students that will, stick around here after graduation and try to open up their own, restaurants, or they'll work locally at restaurants here. So, a lot of good skilled chefs.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
I could care less about New York City. I don't, unless there's something I'm going to see or do, I try to avoid it like the plague.
I don't mind it, like, because I don't go enough. That's the thing. Like, I probably, in the last 10 years, I think I've been like 5 times. So I enjoy it because I don't go frequently enough. But I don't think I could do it all the time.
The novelty would wear off. I mean, it's it's kind of like the Bee Gees song. You have to walk the walk. My ex father-in-law was from down in the city, and his brother was the Archbishop of Brooklyn. Now, if you want to get an easy pass to hell, mug the bishop in his garage in the rectory.
Damn.
Not only he told him, he says, you can take whatever you want, whatever money I have, but don't take my bishop's ring, because the bishop ring inside of the ring has what's supposed to be a sliver of wood from the cross that Christ was crucified on.
Oh wow.
The ring. Now
they catch the guy?
Huh?
They catch the guy?
I don't think so.
Damn.
Many years ago, but I don't think they did. And he pistol whipped him a couple times, left him in the garage. But I figure you're going to meet your maker one way or another.
Oh yeah.
But like with the city, like a lot of people, when I started moving upstate, I mean, you kind of take things for granted, like riding in an elevator. One of my coworkers, we had to go to a meeting, and we were all going in the elevator to go downstairs. He was petrified and white knuckling. I looked at him like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." I'm like, "No, you're not." He's like, "I've never been in an elevator." I was like, "What?"
Wow.
We take that for granted,
right?
But then they would go, "Oh, we're going to our city for the first time." I said, "The best advice I can give you is when you go down there, if you're on the streets, do not look like a tourist, because then you become a mark. Just walk along like you own the street, and nobody will mess with you.
Just act like you've been there before, as they say.
I strolled down the street like, I'm from 32nd and 3rd, and nobody bothers me. I can deal with the psychos on the subways and stuff. But I mean, I used to, when I worked for AT&T Wireless many years ago, and people were like, before Google, used to be able to go into the map, and I'm like, oh, so you're outside of Galveston. Well, that's one of the issues, that there's no cell sites, which is why your phone's not working, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, so you're from around here? I'm like, no, I'm from New York. And they're like, well, you don't sound like you're from New York. And I'm like, what do you mean? You think everybody from New York sounds like Vinny? Do I need to take you over to the river or what?
Right.
But it's funny, people just, take a lot of what we experience in life for granted.
Yeah.
I mean, 100 floors up to the Twin Towers in an elevator. Don't think twice about it.
Yeah.
Get next to the window, I've got issues, but going up in the elevator, I could care less.
So it's awesome.
Lick that couch there, Calvin.
Yeah, can be weird sometimes. Cal, what are you doing, bud?
Rocky is a licker. He will lick everything.
Yeah, Cal's a licker, big time.
We have a lick off with Rocky and Calvin.
Yeah. Calvin likes to chew also, but thankfully, I have to say, he knows what he can and can't chew. Like, I don't have to worry about him really chewing anything, that I don't want him to, I guess. Very limited exception. Sometimes if you leave something that kind of looks like it could be a toy, he might start chewing on it, but
I'm lucky that Sylvie and Rocky don't chew things.
Yeah, the only time, one time, like when he was a puppy, my fault. I had my phone charger cord, my Apple cord, like basically plugged in behind the couch, but I had the cord hanging over the arm of the couch because I had, charged the phone and just left it on the arm of the couch.
Right.
Was not charging the phone, left the charger there, just doing my thing. 20 minutes later, I look at my phone charger, it's in the cord's in two pieces. Yeah, he bit through it. And I'm like, all right, well, that's done. I got to throw that one away and get another one. But yeah, he thankfully, he didn't not get electrocuted, but like it was plugged in. Again, I didn't know if there'd be any like electric current that would go through that, but he seemed to be all right.
I imagine you would get a little bit of a shock.
Yeah, a little bit. I think Sylvie destroyed 2 pair of Gina's shoes when she was younger. I don't
Yeah.
know if Rob had anything to do with it. He may have, but
So this is where he stands when he wants treats.
oh, he knows.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. I opened up Pandora's box.
Yeah. There you go, Cal.
And now he's going to run with it like I'm going to take it back from him.
It's mine. You can't have it back.
But this has been fun. Thank you for letting me come on for a bit.
Oh, thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, same here. It's already 11. I got some things I got to get done, but I'm going to jump off. But Happy New Year to you guys. And
Thank
you guys
have fun
around.
with your family.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Say bye, Cal.
Bye, Cal.
See ya.
All right. Take care. Good night. Or good day.
I think today's going to be, I was going to do it yesterday and I put it off. I'm either going to do water changes or I'm going to swap out my Aqua Clear 50 on my 29 nano fish tank with a mini canister.
I
I'm
just
just
did
not.
water changes the other day on these two tanks. I had a little ammonia in them. So,
Definitely don't want that in there.
no, got to get the water retested on Tuesday. They're doing a giveaway on 503 Aquatics to Keystone Clash, $100 giveaway, $100 retail giveaway.
That's part of the fish fam.
Yeah, or the Fish Fam stuff.
Yeah, I can't enter because I already won.
Oh,
I donated a $50 aquarium co-op gift card because I'd won last year.
yeah.
So I donated one, and then I actually won one of the $50 Amazon cards. And then on a not Fish Fam related one, I won from Roxanne from Foxy
Oh, yeah.
Aquatics. I won a $50 gift card to their Get Gill store. So I'm like, they got CBDs. I can order them now. Because my nano tank, I had, and I just looked yesterday. I think I probably lost all my CBDs unless they're deep down in my plants. But my dwarfed emerald rasboras are doing well. I have some carry tetras in there, cories, and some of the cories that I bred. Good Lord, rice fish, bunch of them. I mean, I've got a nice little menagerie in there. So when I saw that I won, I was like, I know they have a lot of nano fish, so I can add a few more. But it made a difference because my dwarfed emerald rasboras stayed down below the plant line. When I started, adding more of the mid-range and top order fish, all of a sudden they're out. They're all swimming around. Plus, I increased the size of the quantity that was in there from 6 to, I think I have probably 12 in there now. But now that there's a nice population, they're all over the place.
Right.
But I had a Aqua Clear 50 on there, and it doesn't, and I didn't hot rod it. I just used the sponge and the bio rings, but it's just not doing its job. I mean, I have a large sponge, aquarium co-op sponge, but to me, it doesn't seem like there's a super amount of surface agitation, and there's still micro type particles I can see. And we had a online, which I thought was pretty cool. It's an online fish swap that it's run by the Tropical Fish Keepers of Burlington, Vermont, which is 20 minutes away from here. But it encompasses, it did encompass Long Island, but this year they didn't do it. So online, people can list stuff that they wanted to auction off. Some vendors will put in donate products. So Albany, New York, Burlington, Vermont, and Chicopee, Mass are all part of it. So
Right.
here I can bid on whatever I want from wherever. We meet a driver here locally. If I'm auctioning off something, I give it to him to take and deliver. If it's local, he has my stuff, I take it. And they drive to the stops, pick up everybody's things, and then meet back here in the afternoon and give you your winnings. So it was nice to be able, to go around. So I won a Zoom Ed Nano 30, which is a nice little canister filter with a pre-filter and everything. So I'm like, I'm going to put that on my nano tank and see if that'll do the trick and clear it up.
Right.
And then I got from a local swap that we have every couple months here in Schenectady at the firehouse. I picked up for, I think it were $8 or $10. I got 5 Blue Dreams. And I just happened when I got back from being upstate for Christmas, I looked in my shrimp tank. I got all kind of little shrimplets. I was like, perfect Christmas gift. Tank is finally doing what it's supposed to.
That's good. Yeah, these tanks, I think this 20 gallon can clear up some more, even though I can already see it's getting a little cloudy because the Royal Grandma has started her digging this morning, where it was clearer when I got up. So I think there's something else.
Said they dig, that adds insult to injury.
Do I?
When you were saying how the fish dig,
Yeah.
kick up all that mulm and stuff.
Yeah, I got it. I need to clean the sand somehow.
Got a python?
A what?
A python?
A python?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Because that works well if you're trying to clean the sand, if you just hover above it or put a media bag or,
Yeah, I need to get one.
I find like with my shrimp tank, because it's sand, if I start to get the mold buildup, I go in there with a turkey baster, just suck it out. Not that you're going to do it in a 29 that deep.
Right.
It's like it's going to rain.
It's gonna rain. There's sun shining here.
They say it's not supposed to be a wash, but most of the rain is coming tonight, and then by tomorrow it should be clear. But who's going anywhere tomorrow?
Yeah. So Scotty's Aquatic won that giveaway.
That's cool.
They've got another giveaway, a $50 giveaway for an insulated bag, hand towel, notepad, flashlight, and a shirt from Aquarium Club. Going to happen in a couple minutes.
I was in a couple of the lives that they were giving away the Keystone Clash stuff, which I didn't go last year. The last thing that I went to was the aquatic experience that they had down in New Jersey, which was cool.
I haven't been to any of that stuff yet.
There's some cliques forming, which I don't like because it kind of takes away with what the Fish Fam actually is. Now, a bunch of us were together before the term even came about. It was just something we threw up in chat like, hey, what's up, Fish Fam? And it stuck. And then before we know it, like Susan from SLC Aquatics and I would talk, and, she wasn't doing live streams. She was too shy. I told her, just have fun with it. Just be yourself. Yeah. Just talk. And she came on. Sue from Hugh Aquatics. I met them. I hung out with them in Jersey. Little by little, we all started to meet, and it was a good time. And I thought about going to the Clash, but I had already gone to Tennessee. I have my working vacation over at the Rendezvous, so I just opted not to go. And then I saw this year it was in September again. So I'd like to go, but odds are I probably won't make it there either.
There's supposed to be something happening in Orlando this coming February.
Aquashella.
Aquashell maybe. Yeah, so I might be able to go to that. It's not, luckily that's not too awful far. About a 3-4 hour drive.
Yeah, and that's a good time. I know a lot of people that used to go to the one that they used to have out in Texas. I think they have one in Schaumburg in Chicago. That's kind of, at least from the videos I've seen, they've got the black lights and all the, pastel or day glow type colors going. But people said it was a good time. Excuse me. They do another one in Knoxville. It just happened, and I was hoping we would have been down there for it, but we didn't go. What the hell is it called? Aquaticon, I think is what it's called, Aquaticon.
Aquaticon.
But now that the hobby is really picking up, you start to see a lot more things like that come out. Now, like with the Aquatic Experience, because I know a lot of the vendors there and a lot of the stores, it was really more of a wholesale show. It wasn't really meant for consumers.
Right.
But they had a perfect opportunity to, one, get their product out in front of the consumer, but sell stuff and create more revenue for your company. So I was talking to one of the local fish stores here, the owner, and he had told me that they had signed for 5 years because it was in Chicago. They moved it, and they were actually talking about moving it to Florida after this 5 years. So I made the first one, 2018. Then unfortunately, my fiance at the time was battling cancer, so we couldn't go 2019. And then after that, they canceled the show. They weren't doing it anymore. And I was like, it was getting bigger. I mean, from the videos and people that I knew that went to the second one said there were twice as many people as there was the first year. Because I don't really think, because it happened so fast, that a lot of people knew about it. And I had a great time. I mean, there were people coming up and we were signing autographs and, meeting the kids and stuff. I mean, it was fun. And then they just pulled the plug on it. I was like, wow, you blew a perfect opportunity. And we don't have anything like that on that grand of a scale around here. We can't even get the local Capital Region Fish Club to do anything. I found them a store with a room, and the people are like, you can use this room anytime. If you need donations, if you need help, we'll be more than happy to help you. They didn't want to do anything.
Right when I first got my 20-gallon tank, we went to this fish store we found about 40 minutes from the house, and there had just been some kind of fish get together down this area, so I missed that one. So hopefully I'll catch another one.
Father Fish used to have a store somewhere down in Florida. He sent me a bunch of stickers and his bumper stickers and stuff, so I can't even tell you where the store was, but he's like 73 and he was still running the store. And I know it was central to southern Florida, but now he's shut the store down and he basically just does his YouTube channel stuff and live collections. But usually when I go somewhere, I look to see if there's any stores around, just so I have, some place to go while I'm out there.
Right.
So Ian isn't going to jump up. Got 12 people watching.
Must not have his caffeine.
I'm
I've
good.
got some watchers that don't talk.
You get the lurkers. I do that a lot, though.
Yeah.
Actually, I know Saturdays, I think it was Saturday, Chris, that I know from Multi Tank Addiction, now that he's got a promotion at his job, well, Ian is coming. He used to do every Saturday morning, and when I used to work for Caterpillar, I used to have to work 1 or 2 Saturdays a month.
Right.
So I had a laptop and 2 monitors. So I'd have all my business stuff up, and then I'd have his stream going off to the side. But he was saying he's going to come back and do Saturday mornings now, and he's like, so he says, I want to have you come on, sometimes and work with me. I was like, just let me know.
Yeah.
So that's why I figured when I saw that, I was like, yeah, I'll jump up on yours. Why not? Just the texting and chat back and forth that we had. I'm like, you're my kind of people.
Yeah. 503 Aquatics has 81 people in their chat right now.
Yeah. And I can probably tell you who half of them are.
Yeah. I don't know who. I've subscribed to a ton of their channels and none of them have came back.
Nope. Yet they spread the word of support one another. Drives me crazy.
Yeah.
And I think that's why the first time, other than the cancer that my fiance was dealing with and stuff at the time while she was alive, I stepped back because I got tired of it. It was like clicks.
Yeah, I can feel that.
And granted, there's some of the bigger content creators I know I've hung out with, like Bob from Steampod Aquatics. He's down to earth. He's a genuine guy, and he doesn't put himself on a pedestal. There's one that I followed that they do a show weekly. And to me, I think they're like a legend in their own mind.
Yeah.
But they do sponsorship. So I emailed them. I'm like, what is it to, figuring I'd help the channel that would help mine in return, and I would get to know more people. So they do a sponsorship. I sent the email to them, and they're like, oh, well, to do this, it's $300. I'm like, wait a minute. This ain't the Tonight Show. I'm not buying a commercial.
Right.
And I was like, all right. So that she told me what it was about. But it's my choice to say no. So I opted. Here comes Ian. I opted not to do it. Now, watching this stream daily at work, because I can play it and listen to in my earpiece. If it wasn't for all the money, I wouldn't be able to go to Aquashell. And I'm like, you know what? That just soured me on your channel and who you are as a person. People that are giving you that money, that may be their last $5, but they want to support you. And then you take that and you throw it back in somebody's face. You do subscribers only. To me, that's just a high school clique, and a lot of people just won't deal with it. That's why I like the smaller channels, because they keep it raw. They keep it real, like us. We can talk about anything. It doesn't have to be structured. People come up, they show their dogs, whatever. It's what the community is based on, and it's the support. And when you talk about a channel like that they have, we're all about supporting one another. Yet they will not subscribe to your channel. Yeah. And if some of them do, you'll never see them make a comment on anything that you put up. Now, granted, YouTube is funky where it's unsubscribing me from people and stuff, but at least if if it pops up and I see the video, if I'm not super crazy for the week, I'll at least go and put up a thumbs up, or hey, I just stopped to show you some love. Yeah. And that's it. Or I may jump in a live stream. Good morning, all. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's well. And then I'll pop off and go back to whatever I was doing. Right. But I try to support everybody that supports me and not leave them out, to fend for themselves. I'm not going to preach support you when I'm not going to support you. And in return, you're not going to support me. So it's, shit rolls downhill.
Sure does.
And I find the little channels are much more entertaining. Yeah. Because they're not so structured. Granted, we may get on a fish topic and then it'll segue to something else. Like watching those guys yesterday with the drone. That was cool. I enjoyed that. Something different.
Yeah. I'm all about, being friends and like you said, you can't chat about fish. You can chat about other things.
Exactly. And I mean, because of, like I said, in the infancy of the fish fam, long before these people that are like, oh, we're fishing, you weren't around in 2017. You weren't around in 2016. I've got to meet and hang out with people, and we've bridged the gap from YouTube creators or TikTok or Instagram to actual friends where, we're friends on Facebook, we'll message each other, we may meet somewhere and just hang out. And it doesn't have to be fish related. Like Susie Q, she's like, we got to get together, she says, and take the bikes and go for a ride and visit fish stores all over between here and Pennsylvania. Just tell me when and let's do it, So I just like
Ian, welcome.
What up?
All right.
But I agree with you, Rob, 100%. Like, I don't even like considering myself fish fan because I'm relatively new. I've only been on this a couple of years, and
I remember when you first came on.
yeah, you're definitely one of the OGs. You've always been super kind and welcoming for people, and
those
people like you that are super nice and awesome.
Those people have forgot about me. The minute I step down, I don't exist anymore.
You don't know how much I appreciate you guys all coming on here today, because I'm kind of boring, I have to say. And until someone else has something to say, then I can chat back and forth. I appreciate it more than you know.
Just you having your tanks up with that chill music in the back yesterday, I was letting it play and I was doing stuff in my living room, just chilling out, listening to it.
Yeah, that's why I do that. It's just for relaxing purposes.
And it's funny, like I said, I knew Ian, it probably 3 years ago, but I had somebody, because I moderate for Bob Steenfott and I mod for Corey on Aquarium Co-op, and somebody, it had to be 5 years ago, had asked me about, I think it was breeding Corys or bristlenose, and I said, it can be as complex as you want. I said, but think about nature as a whole. What triggers the fish? Change in atmospheric pressure, rains, seasons, whatever. I said, what I find works for my Corys and my bristlenoses, drop your water temperature during your water change 2 degrees. It's not drastic enough to stress them, and feed them like live bloodworms and brine shrimp and watch. So we're in the chat, and I was answering somebody's question that Corey couldn't get to, and the guy's like, hey, so-and-so, you remember me? I'm like, yeah, but I forgot about the breeding question. He's like, man, I can't thank you enough. He says, you told me about dropping the water and feeding live food. He says, I've got all kinds of Corys. I'm like, congratulations. I said, I'm glad I was able to help, and that was 5 years in the making. And then like you have Ian, that comes on, and I don't forget a lot of the smaller channels just because of the content versus some of the big structured. If I want to learn something, then I'll search them out and look at it and watch the videos to get what I need. But if I just want to kick back, have a good time, these are the channels that I look for.
And Ian's been so helpful with me with my tanks. Just starting out again, things aren't like they were 15, 20 years ago. I forgot a bunch of stuff about my old saltwater tank, and he's had to tell me, you need to look at this, you need to look at that, do this. And so
yeah, it's really fun being able to help you too, because I remember going through the exact same when I started doing saltwater.
My corals are loving this tank over here by themselves right now. Oh, Ian, do you remember I had that little blue wrasse?
Yeah.
I found him. He's in the big tank now. He was stuck in one of the rocks hiding, and he's stuck himself in there hiding in the back of one of the rocks. He came out briefly. He came out briefly the other day for just a minute, and I'm like, whoa, where'd you come from?
He's
And
probably
then-
like, oh, those clowns aren't picking on me anymore. I got
Yeah.
a whole team to myself.
But now he's hiding again. I haven't seen him for 2 days, so he's stuck in the rock somewhere hiding. But I know he's there now.
That's good.
Yeah. But that was just kind of funny when I saw him the other day. I forgot about it.
That is
Ratty.
such a beautiful
so-
tank, Ian.
Thank you. Still a work in progress.
Aren't they all?
Yeah. I haven't quite settled in yet. Still a couple months in. Kind of like the other saltwater tank that's almost 2 years old. Pretty much a fill her up with RODI to top off, and that's it.
Yeah. The 20-gallon was crystal clear this morning, and then lights on, all the fish wake up, and the Royal Grandma started digging again, so it's getting a little cloudy. So
Oh, Monty Rainbow.
nice.
I've got
Yeah.
turquoise and I've got Australians.
Nice. I like the Australians. This Bosemani I've had about 3.5 years.
Wow.
Such beautiful colors. Of course, I'm cheating. I'm looking on my phone to see them. That other one, that's an Opal Gomori.
Moonlight gourami. They get a little bit bigger than the opalines.
Yep.
And got the tiger barbs. The normal colored ones are wild caught that I got from Dan about a year ago. Maybe 2 years ago now. And then these are the F1 first generation from wild caught festivums. And I think these two are starting to pair up.
Yeah, I was noticing a little territory issues going.
That's cool.
Man. And here I sit with my lights off. I'm like, this sucks. Wow. Impressive, Ian. Impressive.
Oh, there you go, Sylvie.
I gotta move some fish out of here. It's getting overstocked.
Echo.
Night.
Oh,
Yeah. I was thinking about maybe getting another tank, but
MTS is a real disease, you know.
it is.
Witch
my God.
World, welcome.
I hear my echo going off in the kitchen for no reason. Weird.
You did.
Wow.
Look
Look
at her.
Whip. And as I was talking about multi-tanks addiction, he's going up in 30 minutes. Like now, Whip is another good channel to watch. You know, just
Yeah.
it's real content and it's fun to watch.
What up, Whip?
We're just here hanging out.
Going live. Scruffy's doing a pop-up on a 75 Rescape with Chattanooga Ed. I mean, when we were talking about the fish fam and its infancy and stuff, you know, you had a few people going live and you never had to worry about stepping on somebody or
Right.
you know, being on. And now that it's gotten so big, you're
Yeah.
going to step on
You're
people.
going to step on people. You're going to miss lives. It's some people because you're live and they're going to miss yours. But if you do like me, I've got 2 and 3 lives going at a time right now. and I'm popping back and forth, so you hear me get quiet for a minute. It's because I probably because I'm popping back and forth between other lives at the same time. And as long as you guys are talking, I'm good. If everybody get quiet, then I've got to come back and say something else too.
See how he is? He was using us to keep his channel going.
Hey, I'll do the same for you. And
I do that. I like now that I had my old phone I took out, so at least I could see the chat, not have to hit the chat and go back and forth. I can see it, then I'll put the window down and I'll go look at the other lives. But you know, I don't really jump on a lot. Like Shannon and Jason, I like their morning show is funny. Chris is funny, and he's like one of us. He's just down to
who is
earth.
Shannon Jason? Is that the Saturday morning cartoons?
Yeah, he's Sunday as Jason. He was telling me because I had asked about because of the shortage they were having on California blackworms, because I use those because my pea puffers refuse to eat snails, anything other than blackworms. So he says, I keep mine in a 5-gallon. He used to keep them in gravel. So when you stir the gravel up, it cuts them because they don't really reproduce. They split and then they grow. So that's how you increase them. So he said that what he does is he puts a little bit of gravel in a 5-gallon, puts the water in, puts them in there, drops in an algae wafer, and then harvests them as needed. Where other people are like, no, you can't do that. They have to be here and they only have to have this much water, you know. This has been up and running, and we were just talking about it last Saturday when I dropped in. And he's like, well, it's still going. He went over, put the camera on the tank. He says, the only thing different is I don't have gravel on this one. I just go in there with a pair of scissors and snip, 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 and, you know, let them regenerate.
Why is...
Oh, that definitely, I mean, you can see with the Fish Fam Christmas or Fishmas how when you follow certain channels and you go and their average, you know, watchers are 30 or 20, and then all of a sudden they're listed as if somebody's going to give away something. All of a sudden they've got 110 people. They may pick up a subscriber or two, and then when the dust settles, they've lost their subscribers and they're back down, you know.
Yeah.
But Shan is good people too, so.
I don't think they've subscribed to me yet. I could be wrong. Maybe things have just been busy. But
yeah, they haven't.
I keep going.
I haven't. They haven't subscribed to me in all the years that I've known them. But it's like, you know, I don't care. I mean, like Dee Dee, she has. Occasionally she'll comment on something depending on, you know, whatever video is up. But
yeah,
it is what it is. I got away from that structured, you know, where it soured me on things and the clicks. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to start the new year off. I'm going to, you know, use Fishmas as a way to see channels that I may not have seen, change the bell so they always pop up, and start stopping in and looking at them, and, you know, really keeping the ones that I enjoy watching, you know, and even jump on like here and just chit chat, like Jimmy P. I like jumping on with him. John from my Fish Tanks Aquatics. Just down there with people and just have fun. I don't care about the structure. I mean, honestly, I don't even care if I make 1,000. That was my goal going into this 6 years ago. And with Fish Fam Christmas, I actually jumped from like 950, where I've been stagnant for the last 2-3 years. I'm at 970 now. So I'll keep my promise. Once I hit 1,000, I'll do my little giveaways as a way of saying thank you. And then I'm just going to keep it real and hang out with people like you and other people and just have a good time. That's what it's about.
It is. If you do it because you're happy and that it's just what you do, then that's where your success is going to actually come one of these days. It's going to take off on you. And sometimes it just takes a while, from what I've heard.
It can. What I find irritating, like especially with when the Keystone Clash was coming about last year, in order to use the YouTube booth there, you had to have a minimum of 500 subscribers.
Right.
So as I mentioned about that show and the $300 sponsorship and all this other crap,
Right.
one of the people that they have up every now and then on panel is now begging for subscribers so that he can use the booth. That's not what it's about. I'd rather hang out with you at the bar and chit chat and have a good time
Oh, yeah.
than have to beg to hang out and be, oh, I'm a YouTuber, I'm here. At Aqua Shelter, at the Aquatic Experience, Corey had his booth set up. There was a camera, anybody could use it. Everybody'd go in there, they do stuff, they were live streaming, and if they walk by, like LR Brett's is like, oh, I have Rob from Dupreece Aquariums, and he put the camera up like, hey, everybody, how you doing? You should be here, have a good day, and off you go. I can't go for that beg, borrow, and steal to get something you haven't earned.
Yeah.
When you get true followers or subscribers, those are going to be the subscribers that are going to stay with your channel, whether you're uploading daily, weekly, every few months. They're going to be there, and as soon as you pop something up, they'll be in the comments like, hey, great video, stopping by just to say hi.
Yeah. That's like, I've got on the dog channel, I've got a friend that I started, and she'd been on there for about a year and had, at the time when I started that channel, they had roughly 1,200 subscribers, and I was at 100 or something like that. They had a video, not a shorts video, just a little video it was only about 45 seconds long, but it wasn't in the shorts format. It was in the horizontal format. It went viral, 30 some odd million views, and they went from 1,200 subscribers to 120,000 subscribers. The only problem is they can't get views now. Nobody watches their videos hardly.
Now, 2023, YouTube is changing where suppose if I'm not mistaken, the shorts aren't going to mean anything now.
Right.
I just got an email about what their changes are. So, and Whip mentioned about, seeing who people are sub to because they hide it. But
I think that's the way.
I think though, you should be able to see who subscribed to your channel. But if we went on your page, like mine shows who I'm subscribed to, won't show up. And I think you as a content creator on your own page, you can see who subscribed to your channel.
Yeah. I think they were doing away with the hiding thing. I could be wrong, but I think they were doing away with the hiding thing.
Yeah.
If you subscribe to my channel, great.
I'm thinking where the numbers really don't matter that much anymore. I look at them just to see where I'm at. I lose 1, I lose 5, 10.
Up and down.
When I first started, I'm like, dang it, YouTube, come on. But now I'm like, oh well, I'll get them back. It's not a big deal.
It's YouTube unsubscribing people.
It is.
Kind of like whose line is it anyway, where the votes don't matter.
Like you said, you don't realize that YouTube's unsubscribed you from somebody. I've heard that from several people now. If you miss watching someone for a certain amount of time, I think they're unsubscribing you.
Yet it was funny because I was talking to my fiance this morning, and she had said that she's only subscribed to a handful of channels. She's not, I mean, she likes to look at the fish and stuff, but she's not into it. But she says, she very rarely checks them out, and she's still subscribed to them. So it makes no sense. The algorithm is so screwed up.
Yeah, like I'm still not fish related. That still pop up in my feed. I was like from years ago when I was still in high school. I don't watch their content, but I still get notifications for them.
Mm-hmm. But damn, Steve, you're not doing too bad. You got 2.11K.
Yeah, I've got lucky with some shorts videos. I had my first shorts video that I did on this channel when I made it. Very first video hit 30,000 views. and then I had a lot that were 10, 15, 20,000 views. So I got lucky with shorts videos, but getting those people to watch my format like this, they don't watch. So I can get the subscribers with shorts videos, but I'm trying to get people to watch my content
Exactly.
like this, because this is the important content. This is where it gets me the hours, and also rewatching, so they watch ads once I become monetized. That's where I make my pennies at, because that's all you make off of YouTube is pennies.
Get the
But
evergreens.
I'd rather watch the live content like this. If
What they say too is that even Corey talked about it last Sunday during his live stream, that live streams don't help you, they hurt you. And I'm like, how?
yeah,
I'm getting to know you as a content creator
right,
and getting to know you one-on-one, like if we were out in the street.
right.
So that'll make me say, well, he's cool on the live stream. Let me go check his channel and check, maybe he's got a video I want on this or whatever. So I don't know. I think it's so ridiculous, because the niches across the board will help in some form or fashion. And Whip says it right there. I try to sub to everyone I interact with. That's what makes you a good person. That I have no problem taking time out to watch your stuff. Even if I'm just giving you watch times and I can't comment on it, I'm driving and I just have it playing so I can listen. I do that.
I've done that while I'm driving. I'll just leave someone's live stream just playing on my phone so I can hear it.
True.
Connect through my speakers, and I can just listen to it while I'm driving.
Mm-hmm. And like Whip just mentioned about John and Lisa over at KG Tropicals, they're not doing live streams anymore. They're not doing the formatted ones. They'll probably come back and do, a half hour or something, but it's not structured, because John was getting burned out on it. Now, what you see on camera from John and Lisa, that's how they are in real life. When I hung out with them, my fiance at the time, her and Lisa were like schoolgirls. They just took off. They were silent raffles. Every time I turned around, I'm like, where the hell did they go? Oh, there's Lisa. There's Tracy. Oh, there's Tracy. There's Lisa. John's like, where's Lisa? I'm like, over there.
Over there.
We hung out with John. We sat out front and talked. We had Joey came out, and a lot of people think Joey's an asshole, and sometimes he can be. I almost watched him and another fish keeper almost come to blows down there. And then what's her face there that just had that car accident? She's from Pennsylvania. Now I can't remember her name. And I watch her all the time. She had the mohawk. I'm thinking of her website name. Rachel O'Leary.
I was just about to say Rachel.
Yep, she hung out.
I'll put down the name.
Very friendly, very nice. But John and Lisa, just hanging out was like hanging out with friends that I've had for years.
Yeah.
But, people just get burned out.
Yeah. On my other channel, I haven't done a whole lot lately, just because I got burnt out with it. Even though it's monetized, I've got 3,000 some odd subscribers, 3,500 subscribers or whatever it is. I just kind of got burnt out on taking the dog videos and trying to follow them around just to catch content. It's hard to make new content every time with dogs.
I mean, I laughed because I had done 2 videos of the same thing. When I do my security detail at the rendezvous, we're in a tent. I usually go up early because it actually starts Wednesday for bikes only, and then Thursday through to Sunday. So I usually go out Monday or Sunday and set up. So I got a new tent from whatever the tents are that they sell at Walmart. And I had done a video on the on the review setup, and it just happened to be they've got their own weather climate over there. Every year it rains, and we get what we call vugu. It's not any mud anybody's ever seen in their lifetime. So the second video was while it was raining, so I got to show the tent in the elements getting rained on. To this day, and that video is 6 years old, I can't even tell you how many views and comments I still get that pop up every now and then. I'm so glad I trailed in. That I saw this tent video, and the fact that you did it in the rain and you showed the floor and it wasn't wet, yet you showed the rain pouring and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's, 20,000 views and stuff. But it's not getting me subscribers.
No.
Nor do
Yeah.
I.
Just because someone makes a comment doesn't mean they're going to subscribe, unfortunately.
Nope, because it's not their niche.
Right. It's informative to them, but they don't subscribe to anybody. I've got people that watch my channel all the time that don't subscribe to it. I know that because you can look and see your returning viewers.
Look at your analytics.
Yeah, look in your analytics. You'll see returning viewers.
What do you need?
And you get so many returning viewers that don't subscribe to you because you can see your subscribed viewers.
Yeah.
Andy put out another drone video just now.
That was cool, Whip, that you went down and helped them out. I'm so glad that they finally got their own house. That's something they wanted for a while.
Yeah.
And the fact that they got married and didn't tell anybody. And I know Whip comes up on camera. I'm surprised you haven't jumped up here, Whip.
Yeah, if you want to jump on, be my guest.
I used to feed my Oscars like that.
This guy
But that
gets
was-
fed with his food.
Back in the day, my Oscars ate chicken and chopped meat and all kinds of stuff.
Oh,
They were evil. When I got them, they were like silver dollar size. When I rehomed them, they were over a pound a piece and a foot long. And when I used to come home from work, they would line up in front of the tank just below the surface and wait for me. I'd open the top, they'd rise. And then when I'd take, fish food or whatever I had, they'd come up, take it. When my ex-wife came up into the room by the tanks, they would all line up and she'd get close to the tank and they would all charge the lid of the tank, slamming the lid up and down until she left the room. I was like, my fish were trying to tell me and I just didn't listen. I'm pretty sure we're not going to judge you on your beauty, Whip.
Because I know that I'm not the prettiest thing out here.
He went through the gym. He picked things up. He put them down. And even like when you see Whip in other streams and in live chat, you can just tell in person he's an upbeat individual because just the way he is in chat, you can feel it. Like, sup, what's up? Hey. Sucking because I can't do anything with my tanks. My lights don't come on for another 2 hours.
yeah, this one still didn't come on, but I can turn it on.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm probably only going to run this for about another 10 minutes, guys.
Yeah, good Lord, you've been going for 2 hours and 25 minutes.
Yeah, I know. Maybe just 5 minutes. So they equal to 2.5 hours.
Well, I can definitely say I enjoyed hanging out with you all.
No, I did. I appreciate it. It was fun.
I think we could be on to something here. We can just get the hot mess to get cleaned up, and one day all of us just come up and do a panel.
That works for me.
That's what we talk about, you know, when I
Something like
open panel with Sand Creek Aquatics and like that's how it was. It didn't matter who you were, like you wanted to come up, and that's
But
the
I don't know if
that,
I'll be
to me
live
that's
tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be live tomorrow, but I will be again on Monday. I know I've got some doctor's appointments coming up in the next few weeks, but in those days that I'm usually gone for a while from early in the morning, but
on the other Scuba Steve Saturday.
exactly. I'm the other Scuba Steve with a C, not a K, and not a O, not a Scuba Steve O.
No, it's something worth kicking around.
Do what?
It's something worth kicking around.
Yeah. It sounds like a plan to me.
I mean, we all mesh well. We talk about anything and everything.
Yeah.
And then always get like somebody extra, like Wick comes on, or you know, John or somebody else, pull them in.
Yeah. Get the dog friends to come in, and
There you go.
it was fun.
Just a well-diversed.
Yeah, a
thing.
little bit of everything.
Exactly.
Figure out a good name for this. A little bit of everything.
Perfect. Not
Let's
just
chat.
fish.
A little bit of everything. Let's chat.
Fins, barking fins, or fins and fur.
Fins and more. Yeah, because I've got bird friends, I've got cat friends, and dog friends, obviously.
I got crazy friends.
Friends. Yeah, I might have a few of those. I take PTSD meds. I might be one of those now. Oh my goodness. I could bust on myself. So,
Right.
oh, I wish Ian was in here. He'd probably know a little more. Right over there, you can see my Dragonet Mandarin on the rock.
Yeah.
Right there. She's looking a little thin. And
Do you have any?
I feed her copepods.
Mm-hmm.
So I poured like half a bottle in last week, and I got to pour the other half in this next week. And they're supposed to grow.
Yeah, they will grow in the tank. The thing is, you have to add them in at a specific time.
Okay.
I did it at nighttime when all the lights are off, when all the corals are closed up, and I turn off all the pumps, protein skimmer, and I turn them off for 30 minutes. Let the pods kind of do their thing for a while in the dark, and then turn the filtration back on.
So I had the filtration off and the pump off when I put it in the other day. It was during the day, though.
Yeah, so during the day, the reason why we do it at night is because the fish will see it, and they'll just instantly start eating them. And then a lot of corals will also eat them in the day when their polyps are out. But also some corals feed at nighttime, too.
Yeah.
So that
the only thing in there is it's in the tank with just the anemones in it.
yeah, the anemones will eat some of the copepods that land on it, but it won't like eat all of them.
Okay.
You can also try feeding frozen copepods during the daytime, and feed like 3 times a day if you can. Just small amounts all throughout.
Do I just drop it in?
Yeah, so
'Cause
there's
it won't come out for me if I go up to the tank. It swims away. It's skittish. Won't come. One of the clowns will come up and attack my hand if I stick my hand in the tank. I could
yeah,
feed that with my hand. The dragonette swims away and hides.
yeah, they're pretty cryptic fish. They're pretty shy. You could try setting up like a little feeding station where it's a little bit lower flow, a little bit darker, where the clownfish don't go. And you can try setting up just constantly spot feeding that one area, and hopefully the mandarin will learn that that's where the food goes and where the food comes. He'll start going over there when you feed. I've heard that working with people with mandarins. Mandarins
Okay.
are really, really tricky fish to get
Yeah.
eating.
Are these clowns just roam the whole tank though? Just about
Yeah,
every-
they're bosses. My clowns are jerks. I was been watching mine pick on the firefish this morning.
I'm lucky they haven't picked on the mandarin that I've seen, and they haven't picked on the shrimp. I'm sure that's why the little wrasse hid, because they probably got picked on, but little jerks.
Yeah, wrasses too are another cryptic fish.
Yeah.
Takes a while for them to get like comfortable in a tank because a lot of these fish are just getting taken straight from the ocean, and then they're like transported between a bunch of different wholesalers and
Instead
stuff.
of
And they make it to your store, and then you bring them home, and
yeah.
And so it takes a while for these wild fish to get comfortable and readily eating. It's really the first 3 to 6 months of trying to get that fish healthy and eating, and then after that, if they're still going good, they're going to be good for decades. A lot of these saltwater fish will live a long time. But it's like that first 3 to 6 months of getting them in when they're wild caught. It's work.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I just worry about the mandarin since it seems to be thin.
Yeah. You can also just take a whole bottle of pods and dump them in. It's expensive, but
Yeah.
you can do that, and you will make sure that they're eating.
Okay. Well,
But just make sure you're doing
next week when I dump in the rest of the pods. I'll do it. Make sure I do it in the dark and with all the pumps and everything off, like you said.
Yeah. And honestly, your tank might also not be mature enough, because a lot of the people that I'm working with locally are saying that they really need a seasoned tank of at least a year old, where all the copepods are already established and everything's already set. That's a good time to add a mandarin. Because I tried keeping the red mandarin in my tank, and I was doing the same thing, adding bottles of copepods, adding a feeding station where he could eat, and it was good for a while. But as soon as I missed a week of feeding those copepods, I came back and he was gone.
Okay.
And that's like the only fish I've ever had trouble with.
Yeah, like I said, I'm just worried about him because he's thin, or she is thin. That's the only thing in that tank that hasn't been eating that I can see.
Yeah, they're really tricky to get eating. I would say you could try moving the mandarin to the 30-gallon.
Okay.
But because that wrasse hitchhiked over there,
Yeah.
And that rock is already established, so there's beneficial bacteria that's able to consume any ammonia
Right.
already in there. And
Maybe.
that gas probably won't pick on the mandarin.
No, the wrasse never bothered the mandarin, so maybe I'll do
You
that.
could- Yeah, maybe you can move the mandarin over and just try to really spot feed that mandarin. Make sure the clowns aren't bullying them. Because clowns are little jerks.
Yeah.
I love them, but they're little jerks.
Yeah. It's like I said, one of them will attack my hand every time I stick my hand in there for anything.
Yeah, mine do too. They'll. I got this.
Ooh, I bumped up to 13 people in the chat.
I could probably scoop them out of the water.
I've just about scooped mine out of the water. He'll swim right up. If I cup my hand, he still will get right in the cup of my hand. I can almost pick him up.
Snail.
I'm just sitting here learning stuff, and I don't even have salt water.
You might soon.
You never know.
Good things have happened.
Oh,
I mean, if you've already got some for fresh water, why not have a little saltwater tank?
My Duncan is open all the way up. Since it got stung by the jelly the other day, today is the first day it's open. They've opened completely up.
Yeah, they're super hardy. They'll open back up.
Yeah, they've opened back up. I'm happy.
Everything
seems to be popping today.
Check that out, Rob.
RO6.
Not full RO, no actual reverse osmosis unit or DI. It's just a dual carbon block and a sediment filter. But 50,000 gallons of treatable, chlorine-free, 10, 15 TDS tap water.
Nice. I had that on the well with a girl I was living with a couple of years ago. Said, you know, you need to change these. She's like, why? I'm like, the center one is green. Like, I unscrewed it and it was like, ugh.
Sludge.
Yeah.
Thank God we only used it for showering. We didn't cook or anything. We went and got bottled spring water from a pipe and filled up our own jugs.
Ooh.
I did try for that RO that they were giving away on
Silver Creek.
Yeah, Silver Creek.
Yep. I missed that stream, but I hope somebody good got it. Somebody
I
that
missed that stream.
Because I'm gonna be honest, I mean, some of these cities are just putting out the worst tap water. I mean, I've heard of people having 1,600 TDS out their tap. What?
I don't know what is coming out of mine.
I'm lucky. My tap is no more than 15 to 20 TDS. That's really clean. But I actually have to go to Petco in a little bit, so I gotta head out of here. Gotta get cat food and cat litter, and go look at the saltwater fish.
Okay, well, I think we're going to be ending this stream anyway. So I appreciate you guys coming on. And
yeah, thank you for having us up.
We'll start doing this on a regular basis if you guys are up for it.
I got you back, homie.
Always down for an open panel when I can. And now that I don't have a stupid job that's taking me away from the fish fam because I got fired, screw them though.
Yeah, that was some bullshit.
Yeah,
it is too. It is.
I was so hoping when you were telling that the other day that they were just going to give you a warning.
Yeah.
And then you said, nope, they fired me. Let you work all day Friday and go, bye.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't tell you this though. I forgot to clock out.
Yeah, I heard that.
Oh, they'll take care of that one. You can bet your ass on that.
Oh yeah. If you guys have a good day, I'll see you around.
Yeah.
You too, brother.
So much. Thank you again, Rob. And
thank you.
We'll be seeing you soon.
Had a good time. Take care, Whip, and everybody else that's lurking.
Yep. Bye, everybody.
See ya.